the dawn of a new day. Bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. Inside. Yeah. Inside. Inside. Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life. Love is light that's within me. Shine to the whole world. Whole world.
Hello.
Light, love and dawn of a new day. Bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. Inside. Yeah. Inside. Inside.
Samba, welcome.
Make you feel alright. Rainbow,
Hello.
the promise, the future, and life.
Yeah.
Love is light that's within me. Shine to the whole world. Whole world. Light, love and dawn of a new day. Bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. Inside. Yeah. Inside.
Hello.
Inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life.
Good evening, Richie Rich. How are you? Thanks for joining. Let's share to all our friends. Let's share to our friends. Akosua, I see you. I hope you're good, Richie Rich. Sweetie, thanks for joining. Yazzie, black and beautiful, you're welcome.
Bringing hope and make you feel alright.
Hello. Everybody, you're welcome. You're welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal this beautiful day. Another day the Lord has made. I am grateful. Grateful to be alive despite all the, life's challenges. You're welcome. So you're going to do me a big favor today. I can see about 28 people up there. Please, let's share to about 20 people each. Let's just share to people and then we can start. So my target up there, I can see 26 likes already. Thank you so much, whoever is pressing the likes already. So let's take the likes to 1,000. And I want to see how committed you are. Let's take the likes to 1,000 before I start today. Otherwise, we'll just keep enjoying the music for a while. I really need your support. Your girl needs your support this evening. Let's take the likes to 1,000 and then we can start with the talk today. Just me, I see you, you're welcome. Shukrai, I see you. Reb girls, you're welcome. Thank you for liking the live. Let's take it to 1,000 and then we can start off. Thank you guys, thank you. Alberto.
Bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. Yeah.
Let's take the likes up. Let's take it up to 1,000 so we can start. Yeah. Let's share to our friends. Let's invite more friends as well. Thank you guys. I see you there.
Rainbow,
And of course, we can follow one another on this platform. Please, let's follow one another. Thank you.
That's within me, shine to the whole world.
Desmond, I see you. Small baby, I see you.
Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love.
Let's take the likes to 1,000 and we can start. Ken, thanks for joining. Thank you for the love shown. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, Sammy, I see you. Let's take the likes to 1,000 at least, and then we can start. Nat Power, I see you. Audie Lady, I see you. We're not even trying. We're not trying. Let's take the likes to 1,000 and we can start. This is your way of saying, you know, we're with you. We support what you're doing. And you know, here on Inside, I keep it real and simple. Abby, thanks for joining. I see you. Let's encourage our friends to be here today.
Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love.
Oh, inside. Yeah.
Inside, all around me, yeah. Inside.
Come on, guys. I know we can do this. You're welcome. You're welcome to Inside today. Thank you, Abby. I see you. Baby Small 98. I see you. Park It. I see you. Thanks for joining. 90 times 2. You're welcome. Let's take the lights off so we can start. Guys, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. You know, touch our screen. Yeah. Let's just do that. Let's share to our friends to be part of this talk today. It's a very interesting talk, and I think this is my thought, gradually is fading in our values, our morals in the society. And that's why I've brought it on here. Let's talk about this. Okodi, thanks for joining. Please do me a favor, share to about 20 friends. Let them be part of this talk today, because there's certain things we need to, you know, talk about. A lot of things are being brushed under, and this is our day-to-day reality. Thank you so much. I can't read your name because it's in your language, but thank you so much. I love your style, you say. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Well, we're not taking the likes up, but regardless, because of time, I would have to start the talk. Lady Nexi, I see you. Let's share to about 20 friends. Let them be part of this talk today, because this talk has to do with me. It has to do with you as well. It has to do with us relating to other people, encouraging people in our lives. You know, we cannot give what we don't have. Sometimes we feel disappointed when we don't get this topic from people, especially people around us, and we feel disappointed. We feel so sad sometimes, and we might lose friends, we might lose colleagues, even family members, because of this topic is missing in their lives. So guys, you're welcome to Inside with FunmiRoyal today. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you always coming in week out. Unity, I see you. Thanks for joining. Unity helps spread the word. And let's talk about this topic today. So the topic today I'll be bringing to us is integrity. Integrity. And as usual here on Insight, when we do this serious talk and when we discuss and chat about it, I like us to kind of relax a bit. So I have a puzzle for us today, a puzzle for us to just kind of relax and, you know, wind down a bit and just take it easy before we sign out today. So in about 50 minutes, I will let us know what the puzzle is. If you know the answer to my puzzle today, Sonyu, I see you. Nana, thanks for joining. If you know the answer to my puzzle today, I will give you a donut and 2 ice cream just to relax for the evening. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Oh, keep shining. Thank you so much. I don't know your name. I can't read it. But whoever typed keep shining, I really thank you for that. I really appreciate you. So, we're going to go into the topic. And after my talk, of course, I want us to come up and let's talk about integrity, how it affects us. Do we have it? And, so many questions we can answer. We learn from one another. And the most important thing is when we're talking about whatever topic here on Insight, I want us to kind of do a self reflection, self reflect. We're talking about whatever topic here on Insight, I want us to kind of do a self reflection, self reflect. What's very crucial because otherwise there will be chaos in the world if we or some people or all of us are not people of integrity. Betty Aesthetics, I see you. Thanks for joining. Betty, do me a favor. Can you share to about 20 friends? Let them be part of this talk today. It's very beneficial. I see, Betty, your name sounds like a business name. And I mean, as a business organization, are you a business of integrity? Can people rely on the service you give them? Can your product is what it says and things like that? So it cuts across every facet of our lives. So let's dig and dive in today. Topic is integrity. And I'm going to be talking about this fundamental quality that underpins trust, credibility, and respect in both our personal and professional lives. And that is integrity. Forgive. Thanks for joining. Betty Face, I see you. Can you just like on the live today and help share to as many people as possible? Let's talk about this crucial topic, integrity. Integrity is often defined, so I'll give it a definition so we can have an understanding of it. And I always give this talk to put perspective, so that when we come up, we have some sort of perspective of where I'm coming from and where I'd love you to join in. And I want to hear your submission about it. You may have had some bitter experiences or some good experiences. We want to hear from you. How has this word affected, impacted your life, your relationship life, your professional life as well? So I'm going to put a bit of definition to it. What is integrity? Integrity is often defined as the quality of being honest and having a strong moral principle. Being honest and having a strong moral principle. So it's about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Because sometimes we want to be people pleasers. When people are there, we do the right thing. When people are not there, we tend to do otherwise. Bernice, thanks for joining. So let's explore the various dimensions of integrity and understand why it is so crucial in our lives. Businesses may not be able to trade if one business does not have integrity, or people cannot relate to one another if one of them do not have integrity. And family members, pairs, what have you. Pearl Garment, thanks for joining. So understanding integrity. Integrity, it encompasses a range of attributes including honesty, reliability, and moral uprightness. Moral uprightness, meaning everybody, regardless of your age, your race, your religion, KK, thanks for joining, regardless of wherever it is you're in the world, integrity is integrity. As long as you're honest, you're reliable, and you have some sort of moral uprightness to yourself. So it means adhering to ethical standards and being consistent in actions, in your values, in your methods of doing things, in your principle. If you have values, principles, methods of doing things, and you relate them with me and I understand them, I expect them to be your standard, in whatever you're doing. And imagine I come and I'm saying different values, you're going to confuse me. You're not true to your words. You're not honest. That's what it would mean to me. And I have to think twice before relating with you or connecting with you or before networking with you. So let's be mindful. Integrity, it encompasses a lot in our personal life, in our business life, in our family life, every aspect of our lives. We ought to be a person of integrity. Mama Africa, all of you, I salute you. You're welcome. So let's talk about the importance of integrity. Like I say, I usually will give this talk and look at different perspectives to it. For those joining, thank you for joining me here on Insight with FunmiRoyal. The topic today is integrity. Guys, let's like the live. Let's share to all our friends to be part of this talk today. And at the end of the talk, I'd like to bring you up into the box. Let's talk about this topic today, integrity. If it has affected you positively or negatively, or you have some stories to tell, come share your experience with us so we can learn to be better, people when it comes to integrity. So, why is integrity very important? It is very significantly important because it helps to building trust. Lip gloss doll, I see you. You're welcome. Let's like the live. Let's take it up a notch and invite our friends to be part of this. Counselor, thanks for joining. So it helps in building trust, especially two entities coming together, strangers coming together, new friends networking, and things like that. You tend to kind of start building trust with one another, and you show yourself whether you're a person of integrity or not, and people will decide whether to walk away or give you a chance. It depends on what you put out there. So it helps. It's very important because it will help build a trusting relationship. Trust in the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether personal or professional. It will help to build that foundation. Integrity fosters trust because it ensures consistency between words and action. Is it what you say that they see you doing, or you say A and you're doing B? Are you a person of integrity? And Mark, thanks for joining. And again, when people trust you, they are more likely to believe in your intentions and follow your leadership. You have to lead by example. You have to live by your ways, your values, your principle. Are they the same year in, year out? Or you compromise, And then when people come and vouch for you, it's hard because you're not true to your words. So we need to be mindful. We need to be careful of our intentions so that people can follow our leadership. Larissa, thanks for joining. Another reason why integrity is important is for credibility and reputation. Your reputation is built on your actions over time, what you do. So consistent integrity is strengthens your credibility and earns you a positive reputation. People, even long after they're dead and gone, their integrity still speaks for them. Some it speaks positively, some it speaks negatively. So whilst we're alive now, we need to build on integrity to make sure that we are credible. Is what we say is what we do. Joyce Nana, thanks for joining. So a good reputation would open doors of opportunity and garners respect from others. If you're a person of integrity, I will want to deal with you. You will want to deal with me. And by so doing, I would help, bring in other connections as well. I will say to them, guess what? I've been dealing with this person just under a year. And I can tell you there are persons of integrity. And that way, more connection, more opportunities, more open doors to whatever it is you're doing or to who you are as a person. So let's be mindful that we don't lose opportunities because we're not people of integrity. Cogna, thanks for joining. Makale, I see you. Another reason why integrity is very important for self-respect and inner peace. Rika, welcome. Self-respect and inner peace. Living with integrity means aligning your actions and your confidence, your values, which brings a sense of self-respect and inner peace. Some people, because they're not people of integrity, meaning they would lie, they will be untrue, they will not be honest and all of that. They know they've lied, and whoever they've lied to has gone away. The person believes them, thinking they're people of integrity, but they know they've lied, and in the process, it affects them. They can't sleep well because their mind is telling them, you just lied to this person. You've just lied to that business partner. You've just lied to them. So it can steal your inner peace. when you're not a person of integrity, when you lie, when you do all of that. And also, if the person comes to find out later that you have not been honest with them in your actions, in your values, and things like that, they would lose respect for you. One, thanks for joining. You don't want to lose respect. You don't want to lose your inner peace. So be true to your words. Be true to yourself no matter what. No matter what comes to challenge your integrity, stay true to yourself and who you are, to your actions, okay? Don't compromise that. Do not compromise your integrity. And again, knowing that you have acted honorably can boost your confidence and self esteem as well. Just like I said, if I relate with you and I notice that you're a person of integrity and I help you bring about 5 other people to your business and I vouch for you, you're a person of integrity when it comes to this business, it will give you some sort of honor. It will give you some sort of boost in your confidence, and that could help you to keep at things. And also it will boost your self-esteem because you have been a person of integrity. Thank you so much, guys, for liking the live. Tola, Felicity as well, you're welcome. I see you. Another reason why integrity is important is effective leadership. Some of us, we may find ourselves in the leadership position where you have thousands of people following you, your leadership, or looking up to you as a mentor and things like that. And can they vouch to say, this leader of mine is a leader with integrity? Or they will say, I've been with this leader for a couple of years now, and they're never true to their words. That is such a shameful thing to be said about anyone or any business. So it's important for effective leadership. Leadership with integrity would inspire and motivate others. They set a positive example and create a culture of trust and respect within their teams. When you're in a team working as a leader, you have to lead by example. If you're not a leader with integrity, you will rub off on your subordinates. You will rub off on your teams. Tendency is they will practice what you're teaching them. And if you're not a person of integrity, they won't see the need to have integrity as well. So let's be mindful what kind of a leader we are, especially in our teams, in our groups, family, with friends and all of that. Cross the rich man, thanks for joining. So again, integrity in leadership leads to better decision making and it fosters a loyal and commitment workforce. When people can trust you, when your words, you're bounded by your words and people see that, they can easily trust you. They can easily commit to whatever you're trying to teach them or you're trying to help them to understand. They see. People see these things, they may not talk about it, but they see what is happening. Some, when they go for breaks and at work or wherever they go for break and they say, oh my goodness, this manager, they don't have integrity, I noticed this, I noticed that. They would say, oh, I thought it was only me that they're gossiping now. So I thought it's only me that noticed that. They're not just a person of integrity at all. What they said yesterday is not what they're telling us today. Or what they're doing is not what they're saying, things like that. So let your actions go with your words so that people will not look down on you or so that you don't lose your respect as well. So wherever you find yourself, make sure you foster that integrity. Blessing, welcome. So let's look at the characteristics of integrity. Of course, it does have. Make sure you foster that integrity. Blessing, welcome. So let's look at the characteristics of integrity. Of course, it does have. You're not a person of integrity. It doesn't matter. They know what they know. They see what they see. So, welcome. Juggling. I see you. Welcome. Let's share the live to our friends to be part of this talk. Just gradually moving on into it because I love to hear from you. What's your take on the topic integrity? So looking at the characteristics of integrity, the first thing you look at is honesty. Honesty, being truthful in all your dealings, in all your communication. If you tell me A today, will you still say, oh, I told Fumi A yesterday? Or you come and say, oh no, I must have mentioned B. I said B. And you're confusing me. And then another time again, the first time I might feel a bit confused thinking, okay, maybe I got it wrong. and then it happens again, and then it happens again, and then it happens again, I will be like, uh-oh, this person is not honest at all. Why are they changing their words all the time? They never stick to one thing. They don't have integrity. I would just conclude that way, because the people can see that you're not honest in your dealings with them. Anna, welcome. Thank you guys for joining inside. Please let's share to our friends to be part of this. So again, transparency in your actions and your decisions. Are you transparent or you're dodgy? In your actions, in your decisions. And people can tell that this person is not totally honest with me. They would question your integrity. Especially if it's somebody you're just meeting, they might find it a bit challenging to just say outright to your face, you're not an honest person. They're trying to be civil, courtesy and all of that. But they know not to go further in business with you. They know not to go further in that relationship with you. So let's be mindful how we are transparent in our actions and decisions. If you're just joining, the topic today is integrity, and I'm talking about the characteristics of integrity, and which is honesty. Another characteristic is consistency. How consistent are you? Are you the type you change your mind I'm not saying it's wrong for people to change their mind, but you're not just stable. You will have what's it called, hours of meetings with someone. You sit down, you plan things, and then you agree this is the way forward. You all agree this is the way forward, and then when it comes to the time to execute whatever you've agreed, you just go and do your own thing. Because when you suggested it, they were not all for it. They decide to go with somebody else's, and now because you're the one in charge of executing whatever, you decide to just change it. You're not consistent. Acting in alignment with your values and principle regardless of that situation. Ensuring your actions match your word. Can I count on you? Can you count on me? Am I a person of integrity? Are you a person of integrity? Characteristics: you have to be a consistent person. If you keep changing your mind every now and then, people can rely on you. People can trust your word. People will just conclude you are a person with no integrity. So we need to be mindful. Ensure that your actions matches your word. Because when you say something and you're doing something else, people will doubt, your integrity. And that's just how life works. Okay, another characteristic is accountability. Grow 100, you're welcome. As I would say, please feel free to follow each other on this platform. As long as you don't intend to unfollow them, please, let's not do that to one another. So please feel free to follow one another as you tap your screen and like this live, and also share to other people. Let's talk about this thing. Adewumi, I see you. Another characteristic is accountability. Taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. Okay, you have to admit when you make mistakes, and always make amends when necessary. That would show that, okay, fine, you've made this mistake, but you have come to right your wrong. People will look, okay, maybe they have integrity after all. But when you know you've done wrong, you've said something, you've done something else, and now somebody catches up with you and you're trying to justify the reason, and they'll just look at you, they will just look at you in a funny way. You're not a person of accountability. Why should I work with you? Why should I relate with you? Why should I do anything with you? Richard Ofori, thanks for joining. So you have to be accountable to your actions, because they all have consequences. If you do positive, you will get good good result, good reward. But if it's negative, there are consequences to all of our actions. Then again, admitting mistakes and making amends where necessary. I mentioned that. Are you the type where you make mistakes, you try to bamboozle people to see the reason why, or you're always accusing other people of the one that made you do this? Some people, they never take accountability for their wrongdoings. They will always blame somebody else. People look at you as you're not accountable. You might not just be a person of integrity, and they might not want to do business with you. You might lose opportunities as a result of that. So let's take note of that. Another characteristic is fairness. Gifty, I see you. Chiomabi, you're welcome. Fairness, treating everyone with equal respect without bias. Without bias. Are you a fair person? As a leader with integrity, do you have favorites in your team? And this your favorite person, your favorite guy, your favorite worker, they can't do wrong in your presence, in your sight. You just can't see anything they've done wrong, and people will look at you like, this person made half the mistake and they got sacked. This person has made huge mistake in this company. We've lost thousands and thousands of pounds, and the leader just said, oh, okay, I'm going to give you a warning. And people are moaning and grumbling. Why is that person being favored more than the other person? And the other person used to be very hardworking. They just got a sack just for one simple minute mistake. So let's be fair in the way we treat others. Otherwise, people will look at you as you're not fair, you don't have integrity. So if you're making decisions, let there be a plain ground to which you're making that decision. Don't decide for this person because you like them, and because you don't like this other hard worker, you decide to punish them because the power is in your hands. It's not fair, it's not right. So let's be manageable, making decisions that are just and equitable. People will look at you, wow, I applaud this boss. They have integrity and they love the way you've handled the situation and things like that. So another characteristics I'll mention briefly before I move forward to something else is the character like that. So another characteristics I'll mention briefly before I move forward to something else is the character on me, all of those sweet words, and they're like, are you sure? It's a huge task, and they're wondering, can you handle it? I don't mind assistance. Don't worry, just go and sleep, I'll do it. Be faithful to your commitments and obligations. And after a week, this person is so happy and they just back to you to say, oh, thank you so much. And you're like, for what? Oh, but you promised to do this. And you're like, oh, did I promise? And they're scratching their head. Did I promise? Oh my goodness, you can imagine that feel or the feeling that will rush through your mind, your body, the emotion, the thoughts, and all of that. You will nearly pass out depending on how crucial whatever is that they are meant to do for you. Samson, welcome. Nurse Instem, I see you. It's amazing how some people just make promises and they just forget about it. And there you are, because you're a person of integrity. You just trust and obey their word. You rely on their words. Their yes is their yes. Their no is their no. Their I will do it is their I will do it. You almost think you can vouch for that. And they just come and like, oh, I forgot, casually. Oh my goodness, that is not a good feeling at all. So be person of commitment, be person who is obligated to whatever commitment they have made, and then supporting and standing by your values, your principles, and also with people. Some people, they say they have integrity. Oh, my friend has integrity. I will stand by you. Let them call me when this thing gets out of hand. I will stand by you because I know you're a person of integrity. And then when the time comes, they summon this person and they're like, I might not be able to come. They just leave you to it. And you're trusting that they would come and defend you. And at the end of the day, they don't have integrity. They don't have integrity. They can't even come to your face to say to you, I can't come, or whatever. They just run away. They shy away and give some lame excuse why they can't be there to fight for you. Especially maybe you're at work and some issues happen and they were there, they witnessed this, and they can actually give statements that would help you. But because they're not people of integrity, they deny you, and then you're just by yourself, and it's like your words are not just enough. They needed one more person to help back you up, and this person has just disappointed you. So let's be careful. Be supportive, stand by your values, stand by the people you know that they are people of integrity and they can always stand by you as well. So moving on quickly, because I'm mindful of the time, I really want to hear from you guys. Challenges to maintaining integrity. And it's true, some people, it's not like they don't have integrity. They want to be a person of integrity, but the challenges, the issues of life that would face them, they tend to compromise. They tend to not go all out to being a person of integrity. So, what are the challenges that will cause me not to maintain integrity? So, let's mention a few, explain it. And as I'm talking, like I say, I don't have all the answers, but I'm bringing some perspective to it. Let us self reflect, because it's like I always say, people like to point. Oh, I know this person. Oh, that's true. I have this friend. Now for me, you're talking. I don't think they have integrity, How about you? How about me, myself? Theme Park, thanks for joining. Do you have integrity yourself? So, challenges to maintaining integrity. One is external pressures. Situations may arise where external pressures, such as workplace demands or peer influence, challenge your integrity. You're the only one. I'm out of the group. You're standing for this thing. You believe in it because they're mocking you, because they're laughing at you, because they are putting pressure on you. Everybody believes otherwise. It's only you. It's not always only you. And because of that pressure, you feel the need to compromise. And then, they challenge your integrity and you just fall flat on your face just because you don't want people segregating you or looking at you like an outsider or looking at you in a funny way. So this can put pressure on you. External pressures can make people not be people of integrity. They don't want to be the only man standing, if you get me. And all these challenges will come and then they, compromise their integrity. Please do not. Life is difficult as it is. Sometimes you might just be the only man standing to make a difference. When you join the crowd, sometimes we never make any difference. So if you want to make a difference, do not allow the external pressures of life, external pressures, make you compromise your integrity. Staying true to your values in the face of such pressure is very crucial. And I tell you one secret: if you can stand your ground, these people behind you will go and applaud you. They would go and talk and say, wow, this person, after all the pressure, they stood their ground. They did not budge 1 second. They will be the one to be singing your praises behind you because they're even too ashamed to come and say it to your face. So don't give up. Don't give in to that pressure. I'm telling you, stand true to your values, stand true to what you believe. Do not allow that pressure to bring you face down. Please don't allow that, because if you're fighting for a cause, it might just be what you need. Standing your ground as a person of integrity to make that difference you've been, clamoring about. So another challenges that we can face whilst trying to maintain integrity is personal gain. Some people, don't get me started. The temptation for personal gain, whether financial, professional, or social, can lead to compromising your integrity. Somebody says, oh, come to my office. I hear you do this. There's a contract my office is trying to give out and all that. If you come around, I might just link you with this person. And then they come around and you're telling them, before I connect you with the boss to give you the contract, you have to give me 40%. And you'll be wondering, won't I do the work? Don't I need all the 100% or if not 80% to do the work? If I give you 40%, how do I do the... And and they say, you have to rub my back, I rub your back, or scratch my back, I scratch your back. And they want you to compromise your integrity, the way you do things, your values and all of that. Imagine financial gain, because this person wants to gain financially. They don't care the damage they do. They don't care the damage they do to your business as well. If it's connection, please hold your connection. I will go through the normal route, apply for the contract and let God help me, so to say. So it could be a business thing people are looking at because of the gain they will get from it. They will compromise their integrity. But I tell you, once you've damaged that integrity, it takes a while before you can build it back. Because people, when they don't trust you anymore, it's hard for them to come back to trusting you again. You will have to prove yourself over and over and over again. And sometimes it will be quite frustrating. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Don't compromise. Don't let personal gain make you compromise your integrity. Another one again I mentioned before I move on is fear of consequences. If I don't compromise, what will happen to me? Some people might even say, I might go to jail, or I might lose my job, or I might, you think you're afraid and all of that. So the fear of the consequences, fear of negative consequences, such as losing a job or damaging a relationship, can deter one from acting with integrity. You just compromise. It's difficult. And remember that acting with integrity, even when difficult situation arises, if you don't give up, it will ultimately lead to positive outcomes. Yeah, something people don't look at, when they are in that challenging situation. Don't compromise. Always act with integrity, especially in difficult times. You may feel, I don't want to go to jail. Let me just lie. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to lose that job. Let me just lie. At least that's what they want to hear. And deep down is not the truth. You might get away with it now. Imagine in 2-3 years' time, the truth comes out. That punishment, you might just even get ×2 of it, which you don't want. So be truthful. Be truthful. Have integrity even when things are difficult. Okay, so I'll move on quickly to ways to cultivate and maintain integrity. There's always a way out. Whether we look at it or accept it is another thing. To every negativity, there's always a positivity. But do we look at the positives, or we just dwell on the negative and all of that? So let's look at ways we can cultivate and maintain integrity. That's my balance attitude now coming into the talk, because I always say I like to balance things. I don't just talk about the positives alone and neglect the negatives. But if you don't know the negatives, how will you accept the positive? So let's look at ways we can. Self-reflection. Number one thing I say here, as I do this talk, let us self-examine ourselves. Let us self-reflect on this topic and in our lives, the people around us. Hannah, thanks for joining. Wawan, I see you. Canodon, I see you. You're welcome. Let's share the live. We can still, our friends can still benefit from this talk today. So, self-reflection, regularly reflecting on your actions and decisions. Assess whether they align with your core values, not that somebody's pressurizing you to doing whatever you don't want to do. Identify areas where you can improve and take steps to strengthen your integrity. You know that in this relationship, your integrity has been tarnished, your image has been tarnished. How do you maintain it, or how do you save your integrity in that relationship? You don't fold your arms because the person would probably have lost trust in you. Oh, thank you so much, Juan. Thank you for the heart me. I really appreciate that. So let's be careful. Let us be careful that we self-reflect. What we do is, what we say is what we do, and maintaining that for as long as we live, it's very crucial. And again, I think I said identify areas where you can improve and take steps to strengthen your integrity. If you had to make amends, if you had to apologize, if you had to explain yourself, whatever it is you need to do, it can be done. And whoever it is you're trying to make amends with, they would have an understanding. Start with, I have self-reflected about my actions the other day, and I've noticed I've wronged you. I've noticed I've hurt you. However, I'm sorry. Dad did this, and just try. They might not be ready to hear you that minute, but because you've said it as calmly as possible, they will go and reflect on it as well. And they might just come back to you and hug you to say they do understand. At least you're trying to save your integrity in this relationship. Could be a business, could be whatever it is. Advocate, thanks for joining. I will be bringing us up soon to talk about this. If you have experiences you want to share, please feel free so we can learn from one another. Thank you for taking the likes up. Again, set clear principles. Set clear principles. Define your values and principles clearly. Okay, know what you stand for and what you won't compromise on. Let people know, let other business know that for this thing I don't compromise. I keep my integrity intact. No matter the amount of money you want to offer me, I am not going to compromise. Because if it comes back to bite me, you will not be there. to face the consequences with me. So don't let people bamboozle you. Don't let people pressurize you to change your values, to change your principles, just so because it will favor them or it will suit them, they will gain from it. Don't lose your integrity for the gain of somebody else. Then use your principle as a guide for your actions and your decisions. When they see that this person, oh, this is their values, this is their principles and all that, let them come back in 2 years' time and still meet your values and your principle. If they meet a different thing, let it be better values or better principle, not less value, less principles. Because people will never forget. They don't forget. You don't need a second time around to meet somebody to make a first impression. So be mindful. Don't compromise. Then again, seek feedback. Because if you, for example, you work in a team, I gave an example of a leader who gives favoritism to a particular worker, and everybody's complaining this is not fair, and all that. So sometimes, as a leader, you might give feedback forms, to your subordinates or your teammates and say to them, you need some sort of feedback to know the kind of a leader you are. Are you a leader with integrity? Are you a leader that keeps to time? Are you a leader who says something and they do it? Are you a leader, just from time to time, you can seek feedback. Let people tell you their honest opinion of you, the way you work. You say, but if you have integrity, let it not be like Buhari. Oh, well, I'm not even going to go into politics. Thank you, Mila, for Christ, for joining. You see what I mean? Even though he's the president, the whole nation can tell. The whole nation, in terms of how many millions of people are there in that country, bros, if you know. They all know that this person is not a leader with integrity. So people can see. They might not be able to tell you to your face, but they see and they know. Pamestia, thanks for joining. So from time to time, seek feedbacks from others. Sometimes we are unaware of how our actions are perceived, especially when people get us wrong. The only way you will know to even explain yourself is if you know what they're thinking. And if you don't give the room to find out from them, to get feedback about your leadership, your managerial leadership or whatever it is, you might not just be able to function well or be able to bring the best out of your team, because the team is divided. Some are for you, some are not for you. Some feel you don't have integrity, you're not a fair manager and all of that. So you need to be mindful. In order to work effectively together, especially in a team, you have to be a leader with integrity. Pious PK, thanks for joining. Let's share the live to our friends. It's very crucial to talk today. Again, constructive feedback can help you align your behavior with your values. Sometimes you have to just one sentence to say to them with the wrong notion they have of you, and they'll be like, oh, I never saw it that way. But because you are the military person, nobody there talks to you, and the work is not going on effectively, it's affecting your productivity and things like that. Lady V, thanks for joining. So, am I a person of integrity? Are you a person of integrity? Sometimes you need to hear from others what they think of you, but be mindful there are spiteful people out there. No matter the good you do, they just don't see it. So I'm not talking about those ones, okay? So another ways to cultivate and maintain integrity is surround yourself with people of integrity. Great minds think alike. So surround yourself with people who have value for integrity. Their influence can reinforce your own commitment to integrity as well. So who is your friend? They say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Janet, thanks for joining. Canodon, again, I see you. Welcome. Surround yourself with people who have integrity, because if you surround, it depends, and that's just the truth. They will influence you. They will influence the way you think, and they will influence your own commitment to integrity. If they're the ones that break rules anyhow, they lie at will, it's like nothing, they're not tangible about anything they do, they say, and all that, they will rub off on you. It's a matter of time. So who are you surrounded by? A supportive environment can make it easier to maintain your principle. So you need to be careful of your environment, the people surrounding you, the people you're getting on board with. It could be a new set of people, could be a new set of business, could be a new set of group or whatever it is. And if they're not people of integrity, business with integrity, they might just rub off on you in a negative way. So be mindful. Again, lead by example. Lead by example. Demonstrate integrity in your own actions. Be a role model, true role model, positive role models for others, and consistently acting with integrity encourages others around you to do the same. You also might rub off on people. They say, oh, Fumi is a standard person. She doesn't compromise and all that. And they are struggling, and they're like, for her to stand her grounds. In fact, she's encouraged me, I'm going to stand my grounds because I want to be seen and known as a person of integrity. And that's how life is. That's why I'm doing this program. I want to rub off on you positively and hoping you will rub off on me positively as well. So when I bring us into the box, let us hear from you. What's your take on integrity? Do people still have integrity in this 21st century, or is it a thing of the past? Or what's your take on it? If you have one or two experiences to share with us as well, why not? So we have an understanding and we can do better. God helping us. So in my conclusion today, integrity is a cornerstone of a meaningful and respected life. When I started this talk, I said, most times our integrity will outlive us. When people eventually grow old and go to the land, the beyond the land, so to say, people will remember you for the integrity you had whilst you were on earth, how you lived life. They'll say, wow, this person was faithful all the way. This person had integrity like none they've ever seen. And you see, the person is dead and gone, but people are still talking about your integrity. That's how powerful this topic is. Somebody was saying there about a leader being a leader, they don't have integrity. And that's why you see you're able to say it here. I bet if you go and do a research and ask 1,000 people, do you think we have leaders with integrity in this nation? I bet all of them plus one or times 100 would tell you no. And that's what they've portrayed to the nation. People are not just saying that. Imagine you do a research, you ask 100 people, the leader in your country, are they leaders with integrity? And 100 of them said no. That means that leader does not have integrity. That is not even one single person can come out to say, no, I defend this leader. They are leader with integrity. It's such a shame if that is the situation. Big shame. Jessica, welcome. So, it is essential, integrity is very essential in building trust, fostering credibility, and maintaining self-respect. So despite the challenges, maintaining integrity is immensely rewarding and leads to personal and professional fulfillment. And that's just the truth, really. So let us strive to embody integrity in all our lives, whether personal, professional, whichever area, creating a positive impact on ourselves and those around us. Can people count on you to say, wow, this person is truly, deeply a person of integrity? And my prayer is that may we all commit to living with integrity, making the world a more trustworthy and a honorable place to live in. Adomba, thanks for joining. Thank you guys so much. That is my talk for today.
Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Oh, inside.
Yeah. So having talked about this today, I want to hear from us. So let's bring us up. Please send an invite if you have one or two to say. Let's say your perspective on this topic today. Like I said, we're here to learn from one another. We're here to learn from one another. Are you a person of integrity? Because I have a question. Does having integrity pay off positively? Does having integrity pay off positively? And again, does integrity outlive us? Let's tackle that. You can answer those questions, or if you have one or two you want to share with us as well, why not? Thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking the live. So we're talking about integrity today on Insight with FunmiRoyal, and I've looked at different aspects to it, why it is beneficial, why it is important. Flower Pot 280, thanks for joining. Send an invite. I want to hear from you today. Let's see. I see you, Kende. Thanks for joining. Except maybe you're where it's noisy or something you can't talk. Mavis Simmons, thanks for joining. You can type your suggestions or your reaction to the topic. You can tap it in. I'll try and read it out before it goes up, because I see people joining. And yeah, let me see, one or two I can invite up. Let's hear your take about this topic. Integrity. Does having integrity pay off positively, and does integrity outlive us? So very soon I'm going to be bringing my puzzle for today. Hopefully somebody will get this puzzle today and go with a gift. So let's see who that person is going to be. Mel's, thanks for joining. Thank you.
Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and
Amazing Nails, I see you. Thanks for joining. Adetunji, you're welcome. We're talking about integrity. In case you're just joining, thanks for joining Insight with FunmiRoyal today. Integrity. Are you a person of integrity? What is your take on that word? Does having integrity pay off positively? And again, I'm asking us, does integrity outlive us? Do you reckon? What do you reckon? Yeah, let's hear from you.
Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and
Ashandi, thanks for joining. I see you.
Love is light that's within me, shine to the whole world, Light,
Ernestine, I see you're in the house again. I don't know if you can speak where you are. Yeah. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining Inside today. And the topic has been a very crucial one, and no matter which part of the world you live in, integrity, relates. Everybody can relate with that word, integrity. Whether you're in business, you're in your personal life, your family life, your career life. Are you a person of integrity? Not that maybe in your personal life you're a person of integrity, and when it comes to your professional life you're not a person of integrity. I don't know, that would be a tiring thing to do. You have to just be who you are, really, whether at work or at home. Be a person of integrity, a person people can rely on. Even if you're a leader, are you a person of integrity in that leadership role you're occupying? How do you treat your team workers? How do you treat people working with you, for you, around you? Can they vouch? Can they say truly this boss, oh my goodness, they are, a person of integrity? Or do they, when people ask them, tell me about your boss, say, this boss don't trust, or this boss don't just take their words, or they don't stick to their words and things like that. What is the kind of feedback do you reckon you will get from the people surrounding you about your integrity? Would they be bold to say, wow, my boss is a person of integrity? Or would they say, I wouldn't do business with this person, they don't have integrity? What would people say? Have you had an experience where your integrity was questioned or doubted? Or have you also had an experience where, fine, you're a person of integrity, but people forced you, it pressurized you, and you had to compromise. And of course, you didn't like yourself afterwards because you felt you were put under pressure. You just had to compromise for peace to reign, so to say. Laura, thanks for joining. Chaudhry, I see you. Thanks for joining. Guys, send an invite. Let's talk about this topic today. Otherwise, maybe I might just close early. But saying that it's 7 p.m. here, I will bring the puzzle up. Maybe that would help us a bit. Or maybe people are still reflecting on the topic. That's why they're not coming up. If you're just joining, this is Insight with FunmiRoyal. And the topic I've been treating today is integrity. Are we people of integrity? Is our integrity questionable? Can people vouch for us? Can we vouch for other people as well? Or maybe you have that experience, you vouch for someone, and at the end of the day, the truth came out, the fact that the person actually did whatever it was, and you're just in shock. Like, you thought they were people of integrity, but at the end of the day, they've showed you the true color that they have, and you're somewhat disappointed. But even if you're going to mend that relationship, it will take a while. So you might have a lot of patience with them as well. And if you're the one that your integrity has been questioned, it's not the end of the world. We can always do better. It's never the end of the world. We can always do better. If it's in a business relationship, do better, because other business will still come your way. Do better. Let people know that once upon a time you made that mistake, but you are a changed person. You are now a person of integrity. And let your values, your words go with your action. Don't put yourself in that questionable situation again. Joe John, I see you. Guys, send an invite. Let's talk about this. Or is it that people are too I know it's a bit obsessive topic, but we can always talk about things. Let's not shy away from it. And like I said, it's always good to kind of self-examine ourselves. When I do this talk, it's not like I'm coming out here to accuse anyone, because I also self-reflect and think back to maybe a couple of weeks or a couple of months. If I look at events, have I been a person of integrity, or have I compromised? Or have I changed my values, my principles, just because, some people are putting me under pressure or what have you? So it's always good to self-reflect. It's always good to self-reflect.
The promise, the future, and life. Love is light that's within
You can type in there. I will read it out if that's your choice. Olamileko, I see you. Thanks for joining. Olami Frosh 16, I see you. Guys, let's send an invite. Let's hear your take about this topic. Because the truth is, by the time I'm like, okay, let's round up to go, you see people coming up and wanting to talk, and then time is gone. So let's make good use of our time. At least thank you so much for joining. It's even more educative, more insightful when others come and share, their experiences. Like I say, we keep it simple and real here. It's about positive vibes, how we can influence the world out there positively in what we do. Thanks, Juicy. Thanks, Loved. Thanks for joining. So if you're just joining, the topic I've talked about is integrity. Can people count on you? Are you a person of integrity? And we looked at characteristics of integrity, why it's could be difficult for some people to have integrity. There's so many aspects that I kind of looked at today to breaking it down. The kind of people you surround yourself with, Kiki. Are they people of integrity? Are they rubbing off on you? Fadosa, thanks for joining. And again, are you the one that would hear feedbacks when people say, I'm almost questioning your integrity? Are you ready to listen to that talk? Or you're the type saying, you know what, just hold your talk to yourself, I'm not ready, and things like that. So are we open enough to face it when we've erred, or when we've maybe lied, when we've done things out of character, as they say? May, thanks for joining. So what's your take on this? You can tap on the screen and I will read it out. Are you the type that with integrity you set clear principles and people know you for who you are? Slimsy Queen, thanks for joining. Your principle, your action, is it the same with your decisions? Is what you say, is it what people would meet? Can they rely on your word? Can they rely on your actions? Can they rely on your decision to be fair? Can they rely on you as an honest person, open person, a reliable person, or person of questionable character? People wonder, are you a person of integrity? Can I trust you with this business? Can I trust you with this person, a friend, a colleague, or a business idea? Angela Aga, thanks for joining. So what's your take on this topic? Ernestina, you're always joining. Thank you. I really want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Mado Talk, thanks for joining. What's your take on the word or the topic integrity? Eddie756, I see you. You know, we can always cultivate and maintain integrity as well. We have to, it's an action word. It's not just something you say. You go about saying, me, I am a person of integrity. I am a person of integrity. And then your action is showing you're not a person of integrity. You're confusing people. People cannot rely on your words alone. They want to see the way you're acting. Because you say A and you're doing B, and they're confused. Can I rely on this person to do this? You know, and again, we need to self-reflect. When we self-reflect, we can be honest with ourselves. You know, you can lie to everybody, but you can't lie to yourself, except you're in self-denial. People usually will be in self-denial, especially when somebody comes to say, oh, you've done this. I question your integrity. And then you wonder, you know, you try to wriggle your way out, you try to justify whatever, but it's just plain. It's plain and clear. People can see that, you know, your integrity has been compromised. Thank you, guys. I really send an invite. Let's hear you. Have you had a good experience with people, with business partners in terms of integrity? Or it's been a roller coaster of an experience that, you know, has made you to run away from the business partner or a friend or family member or something. You know, there's some people you can't just rely. It's like you can't rely on them and they can't even see it. The more you say or you give them a feedback, this feedback is free. They didn't ask for it, but you just feel like this person is there. Let me just tell them the truth. Hey, oh boy, this and this and this. And they're in denial. They refuse to accept that. They'll, oh, you're not saying it the way I see it. I had to do this because of this. And then you even say to them, but you told me that this and this and that. They're like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. And every time they always wriggle out, they want to try and wriggle out, or they blame other people for their actions and things like that. That is not a good principle. That is not a good value of somebody with good integrity, you know. So which one are we? Which one have we experienced? And sometimes people compromise their integrity, like I said, because of fear of the consequences. Some people, all they have to do is to lie on a colleague, lie on a friend, so they can get away with whatever. Because if they don't lie to cover up things, it will be a huge mess, and you know, a lot can happen. So because of that, they will compromise their integrity. But you and I know that for everything like that, every decision like that, it has consequences. It might not be immediately, but it will definitely come. So let's be mindful. Let's not allow fear of pressure or what we think we might lose make us compromise our integrity. It's always good to have it intact, because the truth is, when people lose trust in us, it's always hard to rebuild that trust. It's very hard. No matter how you love the person, no matter how related you are to this person, when they're not, their integrity is always questioned. It's always hard because they break trust. That means you question whether to trust them again, whether to do business with them again, whether to even connect them with your other friends, because you don't, what they've done to you, you don't want them to go and do it to somebody else. You might also lose that relationship as well. MMC Wood, Thanks for joining. So, okay, if we guys are not ready to talk today, it's fine. I know we have some days like that. People are probably where they can't speak or they're still at work. I do understand. But thank you for joining all the same. I really, really, really appreciate that. So, my puzzle for today is, but for the puzzle, if you get it right, I need to give you your token or gift. So you have to still come into the box. Otherwise, let's see. So my puzzle for today is, what has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs? What is that thing? What has a head, a tail, I can show you that, is brown and has no legs? If you know what that is, just to kind of relax after the serious talk, so to say. But then, still welcome to open up for discussions and deliberations. If you have something you want to say, why not? Let's talk about integrity today. Away from talking about it. Onoye, thanks for joining today again. I really appreciate. Paris Jintin, you
Thank
all.
you. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you today?
Good, good. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you. So I don't know where you want to begin from. Let's start with Onoye, and then I'll come to you, Paris. I hope you're good as well, Paris. Yeah. Okay. So let me mute you for a second, and I'll come back to you. So Onoye, I don't know if you want to start with the talk or you want to start with the puzzle if you know the answer. So the talk we've been talking about integrity. I don't know how much of it you heard, and I don't know what your take is on it, or if you want to attempt the questions. Does having integrity pay off positively, and also does integrity outlive us? Okay, so I don't know where you want to take it from.
Let's hear the puzzle first, if I can try.
Okay, so the puzzle is, what has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs? What has a head, a tail, is brown, and no legs?
Is it snake? Did snake have legs last time? I'm not sure.
No, it's not snake. But snake has a head, and someone has a tail, but no legs because they crawl on the belly. So, what has a head? It has a tail, is brown, and has no legs.
Is it millipede? Is it not?
Oh, millipede has legs.
Oh,
See, you're overthinking it now. Don't overthink it. So,
may- maybe
you're,
later I will try again.
yeah, okay. Let me bring my sound effect. So, thank you, but no thanks. So we can move on. We can move on whilst you're thinking at the back of your mind. I don't know what your take on integrity is. Does having integrity, does it pay off positively? And does it outlive us? And maybe you had a recent event that kind of question integrity. I'm not saying you. You want to share with us so we can learn. It's up to you. So over to you. And thanks for joining once again.
Yeah. In terms of business, yes, integrity is good. Let me pronounce the integrity like that, governor, integrity. So,
Really?
so yeah, in terms of business, yeah, integrity is good because it will give you more customers. People will refer a whole lot of people,
Yeah.
a whole lot of customers to you. And then integrity is also good. When you say you're coming to work, you give the people your time, and then you're very punctual with your time, and then you deliver your job. Yeah, integrity is good. And I think a lot of people, let me use our people as a case of study. If you see, like in our individual business,
Hmm.
we all have integrity in our individual business.
Well,
Yeah, because
we all, that's huge. That's huge
yeah,
to see.
Yeah, unless for those that don't really have business, if you look at all the entrepreneur in Nigeria, all the big men, we can see that in their business, they're all doing well.
Okay.
So if you look at us as a nation, individually, we're all progressing.
Mm,
So if we're all progressing individually, that means we all have integrity individually for us to progress.
mm,
So the only side you see that we are not progressing in our nation because of we don't have national interest.
mm.
So when it comes to national interest, you see all of them, they all flop. They lost integrity.
Yeah.
So you see all the leaders, all of them, the casual, even down to the manager in the petrol station,
Mm,
down to supervisor at work, down
yeah.
to the manager in petrol station, all those little hotels, and you see all the managers, they all do one of side corner business and all that.
Mm,
But when they started doing their own thing, you will see that integrity they want to deliver.
mm.
So
Okay.
in a nutshell, I think everyone has integrity, but it just that some people integrity is being tested in a public
Domain.
in
Okay.
a public domain, and those government practices you see them when their integrity is being tested, you see they don't deliver.
But if they had the integrity all along, no matter the space they find themselves, they could still hold on to it. So is it that they compromise because of pressure from the community people, or what exactly is?
Yes, boss. The but it
Oh,
shows it's still on the system. Okay. Yeah, they are. That's what I say. Everyone is he has integrity individually. But it's just that when they're being tested, you say you use the network, but in the
mm,
public sector, that's where you see some of them. Even if you check in their family, you will see that individual integrity.
hijab. Mm,
We have that individual integrity in everyone.
mm,
But it's just that some people, it's because of pressure. Just like you say, some people will lie against their colleagues
yeah.
just to keep that integrity to show that they are doing well. So in the eyes of the televisions, you will see them when they're doing the interview, sit on the podcast talking. You see how they'll give you the all honest things and all that.
Mm,
So you see that they still have the integrity, but just that they don't like bring it out to
mm.
show in a public space. Yeah,
Okay,
but integrity is good anyway. Who can keep it in private and also keep it in public? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
that's good if
Yeah,
they
it
can.
did. It did. It did.
Mm. So, does having integrity pay off positively, do you reckon?
Yes, yes, it paid positively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, integrity pays.
Yeah, for pass, I see.
It,
Okay.
ju- it's just that the side that we are from, they don't appreciate those people that who have integrity. They don't
Mm,
appreciate them.
mm, wow.
That's why, at least, that's why you see it's very hard in that our society for someone to stand to correct what is wrong in the public to keep that integrity that yes, I'm a patriotic citizen. So this is wrong. I want to stand for it as an individual, as my integrity as an individual. They don't give you reward for that area that we came from. So that's why in our society we see integrity is very scarce.
Mm. Okay, so do you think again? I'm asking you these questions because I want you to kind of offload to us, and I'm hearing you. And like I say here, we try to inspire others in our submissions mostly. We don't always see eye to eye on some topics, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to learn, self-reflect, and do better. Somebody might even be questioning their own integrity. They come here and reflect about things and they do better. So, do you think integrity outlive us? 198, that's good to you.
Mm, I mean, if integrity outlive us,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Meaning that long after we're gone, whatever we've done, our actions, the way our values, principle, people will still be talking about us even though we're gone. So, do you think it will outlive us, or once people are gone, that's the end of it?
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm doing. You are still looking at the society again. Sometimes because the people who will discuss about your integrity is the people that you left behind.
Of course.
Exactly. So that's what I'm looking at. So we have seen a whole lot of great men from that our nation who have done so well, yeah,
Oh, yeah, true,
to
true.
to
Let's
to raise,
All
yeah.
right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, you're still
So
saying something, yeah?
yeah. No, yeah, to some extent, based on our society, integrity actually outlives us to some extent.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
to some extent, it outlives us, but to some extent, it still remain with us for those who still want to care and to remember
Hmm.
you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it
Thank you.
goes
Thank
to,
you.
yeah.
So, I leave you to think about the puzzle. So maybe when you're ready, you can tell us if you know the answer. The puzzle again for those just joining. What has a head, a tail, is brown and has no legs? Onoye said snake. You mentioned millipede. I said no, it's none of that at all. So if you get it, I will clap for you. If you don't get it, I'll just laugh along with you. So thank you for your submission. I really appreciate that, Onoye. And Paris Jintin, thank you so much for your patience. You're welcome to Insight. Paris, is this your first time on this program? I see you, manager. Thanks for joining. So, Paris, you have to unmute so we can hear you. Let me be sure. Yeah. Are you there? Mhm. Okay, maybe they can't speak at the moment. Mila for Christ, thank you so, so much for joining. How are you today? Oh, I hope it's not network. Manager, if you're there, can you give me a thumbs up if the network? Oh, okay, okay. I think the connection is kind of doing. Can you hear me?
What's the topic? Yeah,
Are you using
yeah,
an earpiece? Are you using an earpiece, Mila?
yeah.
If you are, you might have to let
Okay,
it go. Yeah, please. If you can talk, if it's possible, because otherwise I think it's
let's
interfering.
see. Can you,
Hmm. I can't hear you
can you
clearly.
hear, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, it's better now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for joining in. I can hear you
Okay.
now. Yeah, so I don't know what your submission is on the topic, or if you want to attempt the puzzle first, it's up to you.
What's the
Oh, I think it's the network. Yeah, it's
integrity?
Mila, your network is fluctuating.
You're talking about,
I can't hear you
let
clearly.
me get so use my other phone.
Okay, maybe if you try to log off and come back in
Can you
and
hear
let's
me?
see, it might be better. Yeah, if you can hear me. Thank you. Harry, I'm still waiting on you. You're muted. Yeah. So, manager, help me put there what has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs. If anyone knows it, type the answer in there. Otherwise, come on into the box and tell us the answer, and you can win the prize for today. So, Paris, I'm hoping you would unmute and speak to us. Thanks for joining Insight today. Let's see. Ernestina, do you want to type something on the screen? Because I've sent you a couple of invites, but you're not coming up into the box. So maybe you're where you can speak. I do understand. So if you want to type, I can read out. What's your take on integrity? Do you think integrity would outlive us? And does having integrity pay off positively? What do you reckon? What has a head, a tail, is brown and has no legs? If you know the answer, type it in or come into the box and tell us the answer. So thank you. Nice attempt, Onoye, but you are not right. Paris, can you talk to us today? Let's hear you. Okay, so I'll try and bring you back, Mila, and hopefully it stays. Hopefully. Yeah, all this network issue. I don't know, maybe because there's so many live going on at the moment, or is it the time of the day? Okay, Jill, I see you. Thanks for joining. Cosma Sony, I see you. Thanks for joining. So Mila, I've tried to bring you up. Yeah, I've sent the invite so you can come up and let's hear you. Otherwise, maybe it's a poor connection. I really want to hear from you today.
Bringing hope and make you feel alright.
Or Mila, you can send an invite. Okay, you're here now. I see you. You're welcome. How are you, sir?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Thank God. It's a lot clearer now. Thank God. Thank you. You're welcome back.
Can you hear me now, right?
We can hear you. We'd like to hear your submission on the topic for today.
So what is the topic about? Integrity.
Integrity, yes. We missed the talk. So what aspect of the talk did you hear?
I didn't hear big. I've forgotten everything. I've not been stable.
Oh,
So I always saw your topic integrity, and the first time I commented, I said, but if you have integrity, let it not be like Buhari's own. That's
okay.
what
I remember
I
that
said.
one. Okay. So what's your
But I
take on
guess your network is hanging.
really? That's the best one that I'm using.
Yeah.
Manager, is it
Network is
can you hear
hanging.
me? Is it freezing and unfreezing or something?
I can't. Yeah, it's just you're just one place. You're just hanging one place. You're talking, but it's assumed that you're not saying anything. That is network
I hear
problem.
you clearly. Okay, manager, is the picture. I'm moving my hands now. This is the world of technology sometimes. Can you see me moving my hand? He has red connection. So is the
You're
connection
not. You know.
from your end? I can see the 3 bar. You only have one red bar on your box. So the network is very, very poorly from your end.
From my side.
Yeah. But I can hear you clearly. I can hear
From
you
my
clearly.
end.
Yes. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Yeah.
It's exceptional. You're welcome.
Okay.
So you can go ahead.
So
Go on.
to me, I've said integrity. These days, it's very, very difficult to see people, to have people with integrity and they stand on what they want. And
Sorry.
the kind of integrity we have these days, the kind of integrity people have these days, both from old to the down,
Yeah.
from old, from old to the down,
Yeah.
we don't have integrity. There is no integrity.
Wow. Not at
There is
all.
no
None
integrity.
at all.
No one. No one.
Not some
The
integrity.
only person that has integrity for now, I know that has integrity for now, if we are talking about Nigerians,
Oh.
few persons, just few persons, which I don't want to mention their names, so that it will not be like we are trying to bring
You don't
maybe
want any defamation
tribalism or
or
whatever.
whatever. No, no. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So for me, you can imagine Mr. Integrity, our former president, how his integrity has landed Nigeria where we are. And another integrity continue from his integrity, and everyone is suffering. So someone who has integrity will always stand on his word. His yes will be yes, his no will be no.
Definitely.
And we find it difficult. That is why it's very difficult to see people with integrity. You understand? And those who try to, to be called to know as he has integrity. Once they join the bad people, they change. Thank you. They change. So we need to work on ourselves so that someone will be bold enough to say, yes, I know this guy. Poor connection. You know this guy. When he say yes, his yes is yes. When he say no, his no is no. You understand? So it's very difficult now to see Mr. Integrity or Mrs. Integrity.
It's amazing, really, this
And
topic. Yeah.
and people who know that these people have integrity, this kind of person, they have integrity because of
Many of us.
self-interest. They've compromised.
Yeah.
The reason why our country is not progressing because of compromise. I belong to APC. I belong to PDP. I belong to Labour Party. In as far as the APC man, whether he is good or bad, let him continue. Let him continue. You understand? So that is the problem.
Well, thank you for that submission. Of integrity, because I when I was giving my talk, I said sometimes people tend to point at everyone, but we need to kind of self-reflect. Are we ourselves? Are we people of integrity? So thank you so much for that. If you want to attempt the puzzle for today, what has a head? It has a tail, is brown, and has no legs. What is that? TJ Dairo, I see you. Thanks for joining. What has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs? That's our puzzle for today. So if you know the answer,
it's snake now.
Why is everybody saying snake? No.
And they have snake, they have worms.
No, snake has head, snake has a tail, and even worm, they have head, they have tail.
Yes,
so,
yes.
No, so that's not the answer.
They have tails, yeah.
Yeah, but its brown has no legs.
Why is this thing repeating itself?
No,
Is it
repeat? No, it's not. It's not. Thank you so much, Mila. Whilst you're thinking, that's not the answer. So it's my puzzle. You have to get my answer. It's not snake. It's not millipede. It's not. I don't know what else somebody mentioned there. So that's not the answer. So, but thank you for attempting. TJ Dairo. Oh. Point. Thank you. Let me even see. I'm having issues with my gift box. I don't know why that is. TJ, if you want to come up, so you get the donut and 2 ice creams if I'm able to. Otherwise, I don't know what I will do. So it's a coin, a penny. It has, when you flip it, heads and tail, and it has no legs. So it's a coin. That is the answer. Thank you. Thank you so much. TJ, if you want to come up, let me see if you're still there. Yes, let me invite you. We're talking about integrity today, and I've given the talk already because I'm just citing you there. I don't know if you've been in earlier, and I might just do a quick recap if it's okay. Otherwise, it's a topic. When you hear integrity, what comes to mind? I can just ask the questions. The two questions I always bring on. Does having integrity pay off positively? And does integrity outlive us? And again, you might have had some experiences you want to share so we can learn about the topic integrity. So I'm coming to you, Exceptional, Mr. Exceptional. Thank you so much for joining today. It's lovely to see you again. I don't know what's your take.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Thank you so much for joining. What's your take on the topic? Please take it away. Oh. Mr. Exceptional, yeah, we want to hear from you. What's your take on the topic?
Okay. Integrity.
Yeah.
Is a very sensitive topic.
Very, yeah.
A rare one. That a rare attribute or character that people portray these days in the world that we live today.
Yeah.
One with integrity is someone that stands on his word. He doesn't change what he says he would do.
Yeah. Yes.
He is not. You can't separate him from his word. Naturally, you're supposed not to be able to separate a man from his word, but these days, you can't just put a man and his word together. He's saying something else, and he is doing something else. I heard Mr. Miller was using an example of our past president, and I think the present president of Nigeria. It is sad that people who are supposed to be examples, because they are leaders of a nation, and so their words are supposed to match, or their actions are supposed to match their words. But it's just the opposite.
It's not matching at all, is it?
And this is one primary thing that we, or fundamental, that we need to deliver to the young generation.
Yes, God helping us.
Is because if that is not passed to the next generation, I wonder what will become of that generation. It is very, very, very vital, and it is not just for the president.
Everybody really.
Everyone is a leader at every level. All right. Whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not, or whether you're conscious of it or not, someone is you are a model to someone, so to speak. Let me put it that way. Someone is looking at you and wants to be like you. All right. And so, if at the long run the person finds out that you are somebody who doesn't keep to his words, whose words cannot be trusted, it could be a very disappointing thing. And then also it could it could negatively make an impact on that person. Unknowingly, the person, because the person has taken you as an idol or as a model, and so sometimes the person is with an innocent mind, so he doesn't know if you, it feels that everything you are doing is right. Okay, and so that's why it's very important for us to be careful, of our actions. Be careful of our words. Be careful of how we deal with things in the sphere of life.
Yes, definitely.
Because you are leading people. If we'll talk about a school, for instance, the teachers, the proprietor, the owner of the school, their character matters. How the students or how the teachers would behave. For instance, I want let me use there's I believe you've heard of those schools where students are being bullied and all the rest.
Of course. Yeah.
And I heard that one recent one is owned by a member of the House of Reps. And this, when these things happen, they are just thrown under the carpet.
It's very
Because they want to cover something. They want to, but you forget that you are bringing up a young generation that will become leaders tomorrow. All right? Or you are a boss in your office. All right? Maybe you may not be the owner of the company. And then you have your secretary, you have your PA, you have those who are working with you. Now, you will not be able to do, you are not doing everything. These people are doing, helping you to carry out your daily activities or your daily tasks or wherever. And so, if for any reason you are doing anything that is opposite of your integrity, a positive integrity that will make a positive effect in their lives, they will learn from you. All right? If hello?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. So, here is the boss. All right? He always has meetings, briefings with the staffs. These are the company objectives. These are the company's policies. This is how you attend to our clients, our customers. All right?
Yeah.
And then one day you see this same boss not doing what he has said, or what is the blueprint
Keeping to his words.
of the company's objectives and policies. You just wonder and say, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then that's the reason. That's how some staffs are being corrupted. Because, like I said, everyone is an is a model to someone or a mentor to someone. Someone is learning. Someone just wants to be like you, wants to dress like you, wants to talk like you, if possible. Everything you do, your posture, the way you sit down, the person just wants to be like you. And so, if you are that kind of a person who does not keep to his words, which is your integrity, you know, you can't separate God from his word. You know, the Bible says his word cannot return unto him void. All right. So let me round up with this because I believe that one or two persons want to speak. You know, someone said that. Someone said that if the devil tells you, you know, an handkerchief is white, right? There's a white handkerchief, all right? If the devil tells you the handkerchief is white, yes, it is white, but it's a lie. Because it's his nature to be a liar. All right? But when God tells you that handkerchief is red, automatically it becomes, you know, because God cannot lie. You know, he cannot lie. So that's a God that has integrity in his personality. All right? And he has created us in his image. So you can't separate him from his word.
Not at all.
When you see his word, you have seen, you'll be able to know who he is, what he can do, what he is capable of doing, you know. And so it's just as simple as that. Let me stop here, and I think others have something to say. Thank you, man.
The topic integrity, and one can only say, I mean, if you use God as our example, Jesus should be our example for Christians, and he was a person of integrity, and that's why we're still talking about Jesus today after how many thousands of years. So thank you for that analogy and submission. I have TJ Dairo, my own person. You're welcome. I thought I lost it there for a second. How are you today? And thanks for joining Insight with FunmiRoyal. How are you, sir?
I'm doing really well. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for always popping in just to encourage your sister. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'm sure you've heard, you know, the topic today is integrity. We've gone east, west, north, and south of the topics. I don't know where you want to take us. Maybe you want to take us to the moon of the topic.
Well, I'll just contribute my little bit. I think the previous person said it all by saying integrity is doing what you say you will do. But I also want to add that integrity can be from a belief system perspective, and that's, you know, doing what you say you believe in, you know, in terms of your faith, right? Being, you know, just showing integrity as part of your faith, you know. So I believe very strongly that, you know, integrity is very important in any relationship. It's also very important. It's an essential ingredient for trust. Should I say a foundation for trust? In the little things, if you're faithful in the little things, you know, people can trust you to be faithful in the in good things, right?
Yes,
And the big things, right? So it's a very important thing, and it's not just, you know, within the context of our faith or within the context of our external relationships. By that I mean relationships outside of our home, but even with our children. You know, they're watching us when we say we're going to do this, and we don't do it. You know, lack of integrity leads to disappointment, right? And so it's something we need to watch. In business, integrity is very important. Even when contracts are in place, when you say you're going to do something, you go ahead and you do it. If you say you're not going to do it, don't do it. Let people know where you stand.
Exactly.
And that feeds into legacy, right? So when people remember you, they remember you for
Ability, yeah.
for doing what you say you will do. And I submit I submit a different perspective, and that could be even if you are known for doing bad things. Have integrity in the bad things that you do, so that they will know that if you did it, that person is very that person is the only person that can do it.
Exactly.
In
You
fact,
know,
Exactly.
so just have integrity. Let
know
people know.
yourself.
Yeah, let people know where you stand. If you're hot, be hot. If you're cold, be cold, and own it. Right? You've heard certain people who are very difficult at dealing with, but you know, people often times come around and say, "Oh, well, that person was difficult to deal with," but at least you know where they stand.
Yeah.
You know that if they say no, it is no.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you like them to say it, if they say no, it is no. You know where they stand and you know what they stand
Compromise.
for. So integrity is about practicing what you preach as well. And saying that you acting out what you say you believe in. If you call yourself a Christian, let your actions match that of a Christian. If you call yourself a Muslim, let your action. If you call yourself a Satanist, yes, let's see that everything about you is Satanism. But yeah, that's my short contribution.
So, can I ask a question now because we're on the topic? Does integrity outlive us, do you think, CJ?
Absolutely. You know, um, the Bible says a good name is better than riches, right? Um, when you live out your life based on integrity, it attracts favor, it attracts trust. People know where you are. People are a lot more comfortable with you, and that just leaves a good name for you. And that if you have children, when they we have these situations where some of our parents, when people meet you, even though they've never met you before and they know your name, they're like, "Oh, are you related to this person?" And you say yes, they're like, "Oh, that was a good man," and "Oh, that was a good woman." And that kind of,
And if otherwise, let's balance it. If otherwise,
if otherwise they just keep quiet and say, "Oh, you're the child of that person." Oh, okay.
next.
And next, and so it's really important. One of the legacies that you can leave behind, a good name, having a reputation for having integrity is a good thing. So it is a legacy uh, item, really, in my own opinion.
So how do we handle this now? I've decided I'm going to be a person of integrity. Everyone I deal with, whether at work, in business, with my peers, family, what have you, and I just wonder that it's not paying off positively. So where does that leave me?
You know what? It's always a question of your belief. Again, that's integrity in itself. You've got to find within yourself, or and that could be rooted in your faith or within your own self belief system. That look, this is the right thing to do. Your morality, your ethics, your integrity could be rooted in that. And you know what? You can only control your integrity. You can't control somebody else's integrity.
That's
So of
true.
course, your integrity will be tested. Will be tested on numerous fronts. But part of the testing again is to ask yourself or to prove to you yourself that, okay, do I really believe in what I say I believe in? Right? So whatever your moral fabric is or your ethical beliefs, that will be tested, and it's important that you own it and know why you believe in what you believe. So it's the same reason why some people will say, "Look, I'm a Christian," and then they act otherwise. That's because they haven't actually sat down to think, "Why am I a Christian? Do I actually believe what I believe in?" And that's part of integrity. You know.
Self-reflection, really.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that submission. Our integrity, no matter the pressure, no matter the challenges we face. Because as TJ said, a good name is better than riches. And one of the things I mentioned when I was giving the talk is also surround yourself with people of integrity because they will rub off on each other. If you're the only person, let's say in a group of 10 with integrity, It's just a matter of time. If you're not strong enough, they will pull you down. Before you know, you start compromising. Before you know, your values, your principles, and all of that, you start compromising. And when I started to talk earlier, I gave an example of someone who was in a class, when they're talking or saying certain things, they maintain their stand, and people will laugh at this person, they will mock this person. But you know what? At the end of the day, they stick to their words. And guess what? These other group members, they will go behind and say, wow, this person is a person of integrity. They don't bulge. They don't do this. So don't compromise. Don't give up. Because unknown to you, you're influencing people positively by being a person of integrity. They might not come and praise you in your face or to your face or in your presence, but don't compromise. Because when you compromise, there are consequences that will come along with that. I'm mindful of the time. We still have about 5 more minutes. I don't know, Onoye, before we go, maybe I should come back to you and ask. This is a bit funny, but it's true. If somebody walks up to you and say, you know what, my dealings with you last year, Onoye, if they asked you that, to be honest with you, that dealing, I don't think you're a person of integrity. How would you handle that? Are you going to fight them? Are you going to try to justify it? Or will you be open enough to ask them in what way or whatever? Because one of the things I notice is when, especially if that relationship is close, sometimes we are a bit skeptical of telling ourselves the truth. But if somebody is bold enough to come and face us to say, you know what, I question your integrity. How do we handle that? How do we respond to that? I'll start with Onoye exception and TJ, just a minute or a sentence or two, how you go about that so that people listening can be able to deal with that if that is the situation they're facing. Thank you. If you're still there, Onoye, okay.
Yeah, if if someone walk up to me and question my integrity in terms of, we know these days humans are biased with their
Well,
statement and judgment.
yeah.
So because someone come and question someone integrity, that does not mean the person have actually done bad. He might just give a bad statement or being biased with what he's saying.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, before we can say, okay, let's question someone's integrity, the person must be put into a public sector, uh, under
Really?
government parastatals. Yes, under government parastatals. Then everybody will have the open floor to question the person's integrity.
So this
If
one I'm saying is you, for example. I won't have to put you into politics for people to say whatever. So I'm bringing it personal, or maybe I'll throw it back to myself. Somebody, but I don't want to answer. I want you lot in my guest to answer that. So let's not look at outsider now. We're bringing it home to ourselves because people watching here, they're real people, and they might be faced with that. Somebody just walk up to them to question their integrity. How should they handle that?
So if someone asked, this is TJ, if somebody asked, came up to me and questioned my integrity,
Mm-hmm.
of course, this is assuming I've got dealings with the person,
Yeah.
or indirectly.
Whether
They came,
personal or
or they could,
professional, whichever way,
yes,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. Or they've even seen me do something and know me from afar, but and they've seen me walk, act out of place to what I profess to believe in. The first thing I would want to do is understand what it is. The situation is. I would self-reflect. Since we're not all perfect, if
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong, I will admit it, and that's also part of integrity.
As
And
well.
I would apologize because, of course, you might say you don't care what people say about you, but
We
people,
care.
people know people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a good name can easily be pulled through the gutters
That's
if
right.
you're not careful. Some people say, "I'll leave it to God," but of course, God says a good name is better than riches in the scripture, and that means that there's a part that you have to play. People don't see God, they see you, and they see the God in you. So if people blame me for lack of integrity in a certain area, I definitely want to hear, because
Okay.
I don't really represent myself. I represent God, I represent my family, and I want to listen. And if there are things to be disputed, I will dispute.
Okay.
If it is true, you will know whether it is true or not. So you give
Oh yeah,
explanation. You allow
definitely.
people to maybe they've even gotten it wrong, but listen to them. And if it's not the truth, you plead your case. And if it
Yeah.
is true, you humbly accept that you were wrong and apologize. Oh, that's out of character for me. Yes, I goofed up, but yes, I'm really sorry for that. I'll make amends. That's all.
Okay.
We move on.
Thank you. Less than a minute if you have something to say, but if not, it's fine. I'll just round up the show. So, Mr. Exception, I don't know if you have
Okay.
something to add. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, just what they've said, I think that is what it is. If someone walks up to me and tells me that my integrity was on the line as a result of a
You're doing it.
dealing
Yeah.
that we did officially, business wise, I'll first of all want to know if the person is getting me wrong because
Okay.
somebody might be interpreting your action wrongly.
Yeah.
And if
Okay.
then, so number one, you are open to hear what people say, just
Okay.
like what TJ Darrow said. Um, um, what people say or about you matters a lot. All right. So first of all, I want to hear what he or she has to say, and then if if it's something that I know I golfed, I did wrong, then I apologize and
Oh.
make amends in the next move, all right, or in the next dealing that we have to do, because it means that someone is watching you, and it
Yeah.
means that for him or she to have come to talk to you about it, it
Yeah.
means the person saw something good in you and had interest in you. It's not everybody that will come to you and talk to you about the wrong that you did or the mistake that you made. If somebody
Is bold enough
mistake
to
or the
do
wrong
that.
you made, and that means the person has an interest in you, and the person sees you as a good person or a positive influence to people. And so I admit to it, make corrections, and we'll move ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So much. I really, really appreciate that to all of you for always coming, contributing, and helping us to learn. Integrity is the word today. Let our words match our actions at all times. We cannot afford to compromise our integrity because there will be consequences we may have to face. Onoye, thank you so much for coming on
Thank you.
Insight. Exceptional. I really appreciate you. TJ, you
Thank you
know
so
you.
much, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. A lot of people spoke earlier, we dropped off. Thank you so much. To everyone watching, thank you so much for always making Insight very interesting. And I'm coming your way on Thursday again, where I'll be talking about marriages and relationships. And that's 7 p.m. UK time. Mary, I see you. Thank you so much for liking the live. And guys, I know our time is fast spent. We spent 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes, and it's all for a good cause. So thank you to all my gifters. Thank you so much, everyone that has liked the live, everyone that has shared. I really appreciate you. I will see you on Thursday, this Thursday, by the grace of God, and we will take it from there. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.
Shine to the whole
Oh, wow.
light. At the dawn of a new day, bring understanding and love. Oh, inside.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye, Onaye. See ya. Thank you.